here's the thing I've been dying to ask you about. So we were living in this amazing world of like almost 0% mortgage rates. I mean, not quite that good, right? And now they're like 100%. Well, they're not that bad either, but they're what, 7, 6, 7, 8%.
Yeah.
And so the question I really have is, you guys live this every day, right? But when you look at the marketplace, what is the impact and what do we do about this fact? How do we keep deal flows going for move-ins for senior living?
That's a great question. With the interest rates going up, the retail buyers' buying power has got cut in half, right? And so when they can afford less house, that means these crazy prices are going to start to come back down. And so what is any house worth? It's worth what somebody's willing to pay for it. But when interest rates are 7% or 8% versus 2.5%, they're going to say it's worth less because they have to pay more money for the same property. And so having lived through real estate for 24 years, what slows down the industry is, I use the analogy of this senior living industry is like a car dealership. They sell cars, but they don't buy the car they already have back, right? But it's housing, right? They sell housing, they need the housing, but they don't mess with the housing. And so what happened in 08, 9, and 10 is the houses that sat on the market, and what we're seeing right now is this word called price reduction. My inbox is inundated every morning with price reductions. I look at every one of them. The houses that they're doing the price reductions on, guys, are the dated houses. The houses that are still selling are the ones that are decked out to the nines, right? And it was the same in 08, 9, and 10. The houses that sold were the houses that were retail ready. And so when you talk about our company, Mom's House, we're buying houses from seniors moving into senior living. Even if mom took care of it, they're usually the dated houses. And they were the ones that sat stagnant back in 08, 9, and 10. And so the past 12 years, the senior living industry has been it's been pointed up. The last 2 years, the real estate market has been drunking. It's been a rocket ship pointed straight up. And 100 days ago, that stopped. And so we just want to tell the whole industry, you don't have to play defense on your heels. There's a solution for this, right? There's people like Mom's House that want to come out and make an offer on the house to make the home liquidity not be an issue. Don't let that be. We already know that the home is a big factor on why people leave their forever home is what do I do with my house? What do I do with my stuff? And so there's solutions. We don't, with the changing market, and I don't think we're done. The Fed keeps saying, what do they say?
What's happening is we're starting to see this big influx of families that went out and tried to go sell it on their own on the MLS. And why this is terrible for senior living and the families is they go out and go try to do that. And it probably was a heavy lift for them for 2 or 3 months before that listed, because the agent said, hey, you got to clean it out, hire some contractors to fix these things. Then they got it ready for the MLS. Yep. And now the families are like, I thought this was the hottest market ever. And they're sitting on the market for 30, 60, 90 days. And now we're seeing things being pushed back to us to say, hey, can we get an offer to buy the house?
There are older people who need senior living, whose lives would be better for senior living, that are not able to move in. And that is a powerful, powerful reason to do this. And, I think, in talking, I know that most of the time people are going to come out more or less neutral on money, but even if you're going to lose a little bit, I mean, what's that life worth for 30, 60, 90, 120 days where they could be having the best last chapters of their life?
We're rehabbers at scale, right? Our company is. And so we're professional real estate rehabbers. So the industry average, I'll just give you one example, a bathroom in the Midwest, the average cost for one bathroom is $23,000 is what it costs to rehab the bathroom. What you get back in value is about $12,000. So that family loses almost $10,000 on one item. And it doesn't get better as you do 4 or 5 or 10 or 20 items on a house, it gets worse. And so what we see is that, like you said, if it can be almost the same net without all the hassle, what logical person would pick the harder route?
That's right.
They don't want to.
That's right.
Cool. It's interesting what you said is that we started this company all around helping the senior and daughter Judy. And it wasn't about, we didn't even realize that we were going to be this ridiculously amazing tool to go to occupancy. That happened after about 12 months. And we're like, it went off, bling, okay, we need to start marketing to senior living. This is a great tool for them, right?
Yeah.
Phillip mentioned that loss and that value, cost versus value.com. We're trying to educate a $300 billion industry to say,
no biggie.
This is a terrible idea to send your customers away to go use a real estate agent that's going to add time, money, stress, and family maybe even borrowing money to go backwards and lose money.
Occupancy is better than it was a year ago, right? but it's still pretty terrible. And what's frustrating to me is I believe that if operators, salespeople did 4 or 5 things just a little bit better, like what you're doing, that every single senior living community in this country, in North America, would be full with a waiting list.
Whew.
And so you just stop doing the things the same old way. Go figure out better ways to do this. You will be blown away at how much easier life will be. Because let's face it, if you're leading an organization that has full buildings, life is a lot better than leading an organization that has 80% occupancy.